Feng Shui, the ancient Chinese art of placement, is a load of rubbish. Or is it? For over 3,000 years, this practice has held sway, shaping lives and landscapes, from humble homes to towering skyscrapers. Originating from the Chinese words Feng, meaning wind, and Shui, meaning water, Feng Shui is based on the Taoist vision and understanding of nature, particularly on the idea that the land is alive and filled with qi, or energy. This art of placement, as it's often called, is a complex system designed to balance the energy in a given space to bring about health, harmony, and prosperity. From the arrangement of furniture to the direction your house faces, proponents of Feng Shui believe that these aspects can influence your life in a myriad of ways. But here's where things get interesting. Despite its widespread popularity and influence, Feng Shui is not without its detractors. The practice has been steeped in controversy, primarily due to its perceived lack of scientific basis. Skeptics argue that Feng Shui is nothing more than superstition, a collection of unfounded beliefs and practices that play on human psychology and our innate need for control and order. Feng Shui is, in essence, a system of aesthetics. It's used extensively in architecture and interior design, with practitioners carefully considering the placement and orientation of buildings, the arrangement of objects within, and even the color schemes used. It's viewed by many as a way to create harmonious environments that enhance well-being and prosperity. But for all its popularity and influence, the scientific community largely dismisses Feng Shui as pseudoscience. Critics argue that any benefits derived from Feng Shui are merely the result of the placebo effect, where belief in the effectiveness of a practice or treatment causes an actual improvement in condition. So, is Feng Shui just an old wives' tale, or does it have merit? Let's delve a bit deeper. Science, unlike Feng Shui, relies on empirical evidence and rigorous testing. Let's dive into that a bit. The bedrock of science is the scientific method, a systematic approach to understanding the world around us. It begins with observation, followed by forming a hypothesis, then testing that hypothesis through experiments. If the results consistently support the hypothesis, it becomes a theory, and every theory is always open to further testing and revision. This process ensures that scientific knowledge is reliable, verifiable, and ever-evolving. Contrastingly, Feng Shui, an ancient Chinese philosophy, operates on a different set of principles. It posits that the arrangement and orientation of objects and spaces can affect energy flow, or qi, and consequently our health, happiness, and prosperity. However, Feng Shui lacks the empirical evidence and rigorous testing that form the backbone of science. Take, for instance, the Feng Shui practice of positioning a bed in a certain direction to attract good luck. While it's an intriguing concept scientifically, there's no evidence to suggest that the orientation of your bed influences your fortune. The same goes for the Feng Shui rule of keeping mirrors out of the bedroom to avoid disrupting energy flow. From a scientific perspective, a mirror is simply a surface that reflects light. Its presence in your room won't affect any energy flow unless we're talking about light energy. Then there's the Feng Shui idea of balancing the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water in your home for harmony and success. But scientifically, these are not elements in the true sense. In science, an element is a substance that cannot be broken down into simpler substances. There are over 100 known elements, and their interactions are governed by the laws of chemistry, not Feng Shui. The lack of empirical evidence begs the question, does Feng Shui actually work, or is it all in our heads? As we delve deeper into this topic, keep in mind that science is about questioning, testing, and understanding, while Feng Shui is a philosophy rooted in tradition and belief. The human mind is a powerful thing, capable of convincing us of things that may not be true. Imagine a sugar pill dressed up as a potent medicine. It has no healing properties, but when administered to a patient who believes it's a powerful drug, a surprising thing occurs. The patient's symptoms often improve. This is known as the placebo effect, a phenomenon where belief in a treatment's effectiveness can result in actual improvement. But here's the catch. It's not the sugar pill causing the improvement. It's the power of belief that does the trick. Now let's turn our attention back to Feng Shui. Much like the placebo effect, many people who practice Feng Shui experience a sense of improvement in their lives. They rearrange their furniture based on ancient principles, place symbolic items in specific locations, and voila. They report better sleep, increased wealth, or improved relationships. But is it the act of moving furniture that's causing these improvements, or is it the belief in the power of Feng Shui? Belief is a powerful motivator. It can make us see connections where none exist, feel effects that aren't there, and attribute success to unrelated actions. This is not to say that the benefits people experience from practicing Feng Shui are imaginary. The improvements are real, but the source of these improvements might not be the Feng Shui itself. It could be the belief in its power that's causing positive changes. However, it's important to remember that while belief can be powerful, it doesn't equate to scientific validity. The placebo effect, while fascinating, doesn't prove that sugar pills are effective medicine. Similarly, just because people believe in the power of Feng Shui and experience improvements in their lives, it doesn't mean Feng Shui is scientifically valid. So, let's keep this in mind as we navigate the complex world of beliefs and perceptions. It's always important to differentiate between what we believe and what is scientifically proven. Just because we believe in something doesn't make it scientifically true. Feng Shui is a billion-dollar industry, but what are we really paying for? As we delve into the financial side of Feng Shui, it's hard not to notice the staggering amount of money exchanging hands. From Feng Shui consultants who charge hefty fees for their advice, to the myriad of Feng Shui products available in the market, from crystals to wind chimes, and even specially designed furniture, it's clear that this ancient practice has morphed into a lucrative industry. But let's take a step back and examine this commercial side of Feng Shui. What exactly are consumers paying for? When you purchase a Feng Shui product or hire a consultant, you're essentially paying for the promise of better luck, improved health, or increased wealth. It's important to note, however, that there's no scientific evidence that these products or services can actually deliver on these promises. This leads us to the lack of regulation in the Feng Shui industry. Unlike other industries where products and services are required to meet certain standards or prove their effectiveness, the Feng Shui industry operates in a gray area. There are no set qualifications to become a Feng Shui consultant. No regulations governing the production and sale of Feng Shui products, and no oversight or accountability when these products or services fail to deliver on their promises. This lack of regulation makes it incredibly easy for unscrupulous individuals to take advantage of consumers' belief in Feng Shui. It's not uncommon to hear stories of people spending thousands of dollars on Feng Shui products and services, only to see no discernible improvement in their lives. At its essence, it seems that people are paying for the placebo effect. The belief that these products and services will improve their lives is powerful enough to create a perceived improvement, even if there's no actual change in their circumstances. So, as we look at the billion-dollar Feng Shui industry, it's clear that the people who are truly benefiting are not the consumers who are hoping for a better life, but the consultants and companies selling the dream. It seems like the only ones benefiting from Feng Shui are those selling it. So, is Feng Shui a scam or a misunderstood ancient practice? It's a question that has been the central theme of our journey today. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've explored so far. We've delved into the controversial world of Feng Shui, a practice that dates back thousands of years and is deeply ingrained in many cultures. We've seen how it's pitted against the empirical rigor of science, and the results have been, to say the least, intriguing. The lack of scientific evidence supporting Feng Shui is glaring. There are no concrete studies showing that arranging furniture in a certain way or placing a mirror in a specific corner can influence your luck or prosperity. The realm of science, rooted in evidence-based facts, finds no ground to stand on when it comes to validating Feng Shui. However, we also examined the power of belief. The human mind is a fascinating entity. It has the ability to shape our reality based on our perceptions and beliefs. Therefore, if you truly believe that Feng Shui can bring about positive changes in your life, then, in your subjective reality, it might just do that. We also turned our gaze towards the commercial side of Feng Shui. Like any industry, it thrives on demand. And the demand is fueled by the belief in the power of Feng Shui. Many might argue that people are essentially paying for a placebo effect. But isn't that the case with many things in life? If it brings about a sense of peace, harmony, and positivity, then maybe, just maybe, it's worth it. But let's not forget that while beliefs can be powerful, they should not be used to exploit or mislead. Critical thinking and skepticism are as important as faith and belief. In the end, whether Feng Shui works or not may entirely depend on whether you believe it does. As we journey onwards, let's keep questioning, exploring, and learning. After all, isn't that what makes life fascinating?